Hi guys, we are live. Sorry for the delay. Sorry for the delay. I hope you guys can hear me. I always test out the microphone first. I hope you guys can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me before I get started. Thank you for everyone who's already in the chat. Lewis, Collins, Cookie, Mohammed, Nathan, Abdullah, all of you. I really I appreciate you guys for being here. Let me know if you can hear me first before I get started with the topics for today. The link is in the description. The link is in the chat box if you want to join and have your say about the community shield and anything else. Just let me know. Black Cats on tour. Hi, bro. How are you? By the way, if you want to join and tell us some information about the League One, the Championship, you can join. The link is in the description. I always invite guests, anyone that wants to join in. Francis C, hi man, how are you? Yourself too, if you want to join and say something about the game, about next season, let me know. You can just click on the link. I'll add anyone up. Thanks for being here. 7 people already in the chat. Thank you. Still buzzing from yesterday. Another trophy, another good performance against a top team. Really, really good. I can hear you clearly. Thank you, Abegi. Thank you very much. I'm using a microphone and stuff, and whenever I get guests, I can't use the microphone. So, but I'll try and sort it out as time goes by. So, this is just a late night Sunday stream. Any questions you have, you can send them through. Anyone who wants to join can come in, and let's just have fun for like an hour or something. And yeah, let's talk about yesterday. My guy, hi man. So it was another good performance yesterday, as I said, against a big team. The last 2 months, we've beaten Liverpool, we've beaten Chelsea, Liverpool twice, City, Wolves, Sheffield United, all those teams. I still can't understand why we didn't beat Tottenham. I know why, Kolasinac, but it was unfortunate. We needed to beat them too, but I'm very, very confident for next season. Really, really good thing we are building. AFC Zane, hi man, the thing with AFC Zen, let me give you a shout out today. AFC Zen was like amongst the first 10 subscribers on this channel. So I really appreciate him, and thank you. Thank you very much for all your support. He's literally been here throughout the journey since like last year or something. What I'm saying, I'm talking about last night, the last game we played against Liverpool, how happy I was. The performances, Niles, Martinez, Aubameyang as usual, Saka, Nelson himself. I had Nelson was the one who actually asked Arteta to take the first penalty. That's some confidence that needs guts. So that shows me that Arteta is building something. So I'm really really happy. Channel's growing so quick here, man. Thank you, Zane, Black Cats, Abigi, Francis, Abdullah, Lewis, Collins. I'm waiting for a couple of people to join. But we're going to talk about the predicted lineup for next season, everything else that you guys need to know. Any questions you have, anything, it doesn't have to be football. You can throw in the questions. I will answer them. So the topic for today I also want to talk about, but I'll wait for people to come in first. It's going to be about Martinez and just a minute, I put it on screen about Martinez and Leno. It's going to be really, really interesting to see. Um, for me, I think we have a position for both of them to play. We have if you go far in the Carabao Cup, that's like 5, 6 games. If you go far in the FA Cup, that's almost like 7 games. Europa League, that's more than 15 games. So you can have one playing 38 games and the other one playing more than 20 games. So we don't need to sell any of them. Need to sell any, not at all. Um, I'm not sure. Let me tell you the thing with these live streams. You can say you're going to be on for 30 minutes, but as soon as you come on and the questions keep coming in or the questions don't come in, you might be live for even 3 hours or even 20 minutes. But I'll keep it like at 1 hour. I'll try and say 1 hour. So yeah. Um Zane says, I don't even know because both are really good. Yeah, both are really good goalkeepers. The thing is, Martinez is like Arsenal by blood. He's been here since 2010, 2011. And he has had to like play behind Czech, behind Chesney, behind Almunia, behind Ospina, all those goalkeepers that we had. And he didn't ever lose his confidence. He went out on loan to like 3 clubs. I remember Reading and I think Getafe. Played very well. So you have to give him that. He's an Arsenal boy. I think he's older though, so that kind of affects us. Let me bring someone on. Hi Nathan, can you hear me? Oh, he's gone. We'll go on from there. As I was saying about Leno, for Leno, I think he's younger and we invested money on him, so it really does. That actually matters. But for me, we need to keep both. Honestly, both are good goalkeepers. Although Martinez seems more comfortable playing from the back, and he seems more comfortable in aerial balls and stuff like that. So what I'd say is both are great, as Pedmas has said, both are great. But if you had to choose one to start next season in the Premier League, who would it be? I will okay, bro. Abigi says Martinez should start as number one. I think you can't take him out right now. He's been very, very good. The moment Leno went down against Brighton, I was concerned. But the way he has played since, covering for us, he made us win some games by himself. So you can't fault him. So he has to start next season. None should be sold. I agree. None of them should be sold at all. We need to keep both of them. The thing is, if you need to compete, if you want to compete for these big competitions, you want to have like competition in every position. So you don't want to be selling your best players. No, not at all. Nephew says I want to keep both of them, of course. But if you are to sell one of them, if you are forced to sell one of them, who would you let go of? Getting so close to 200, yeah. Suzanne says, what videos are you gonna make next? I'm not really sure. I actually think I have like 100 videos written down, but I just make them as time comes by. I wait for the right time to make it. Like if Gabriel gets announced today, we'll do a video on it. If we sign Messi today, I'm going to do a video on it. Francis says Leno is number one. You can argue that. Hi.
Hi,
Zoom.
hi. Hi, Zoom Arsenal.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yeah, I do hear you.
How are you,
Hello?
man?
I'm good, I'm good.
Where are you from?
UK, the UK.
Oh, thanks for being here, man. You can hear me clearly, right?
Yes, yes.
Like, what were your thoughts about yesterday or on yesterday's game? Didn't quite catch that. What were your thoughts on yesterday's game? Oops, is gone too. Sorry about that. Francis says Leno as number one, please. Let me put on the mic again. Sorry, guys. Let me know if you can hear me again. Francis says Leno's number one. The thing is also you can't fault Leno because he was magnificent before he got injured, so it would be unfair to also say Leno should go. Arsenal fans forget things very quickly, so he isn't from UK. I reckon Martinez to start. I think it will be favored. Francis says I'd rather sell Martinez seriously. I think he's old. I don't know how old he is exactly, but probably. Abigi says, bro, kindly tell Ateta to give us his starting 11. It's difficult to know next season because we don't know who you're going to sign. We don't know who you're going to get rid of. But if let's say if we don't sign anyone else at all, I'd be concerned because our midfield is very, very short. So I'd say no. FC Zeno, do you edit your thumbnails on Pixel Lab? And I take hours. So to make some of them takes like say your name, Adam. There you go. So that will be an interesting debate next season. I think we're gonna play like two more friendlies for next season before next season, and it's going to be really interesting to see how he's going to feed these guys. It was also really interesting to see Saliba not starting yesterday. That kind of shows me that I don't think he'll be given the chance to play in the first 2-3 games. He'll be given time to adapt fast. I think we might still go for Luis and the likes of Holding until these other players adapt. So that is kind of a worry. So for me, I usually like players being bought before the season starts. I don't like us being like 12 points adrift and then we're starting to buy players. I don't like that. So what country you from? Have a guess, have a guess. I think there are a couple of people in the chat box who already know. So have a guess, let me know. I might be able to make something of it. Yeah, it takes a long time. But if you want to contribute, anyone can contribute. If you want to make thumbnails, if you want to come on, if you want to do anything, you can always feel free to. I always give you guys a chance to anything you want to. Congrats on your Gabriel getting. Oh yeah, I did see that it was crazy 65K views. Like it's getting like 1,000 views per day. So that's crazy. The thing with YouTube is that you never know. Like I took an hour to record and edit that video, and the ones that you take like 2 days to edit and finish, it will get like 100 views. So I never understand YouTube, but you never know. You just keep working and working and working. But I'll let them guess. Yeah, let them guess. Let them guess, or let him guess. So the thing, as I said about Saliba, it was interesting not seeing him starting yesterday. Maybe he won't start the season. Maybe he'll be on the bench or something like that. So yeah. Another position I wanted to talk about is Maitland-Niles. Niles himself too. I think he played very well, but I know you guys are really hyping Niles up, but he's still not in my starting 11. He still needs to do more to be in my starting 11. I'm very, very sorry. I still think he needs to do more. I still will prefer the likes of Tierney at left back. I'll still prefer Bellerin at right back. I'll still prefer to buy in the middle. So for me, not yet. The channel has been popping off recently. I know, man. I'm trying to improve things and content and have more content. Um, YouTube is weird with views and stuff. Very, very weird. Am I allowed to leave my link down? It won't go. It won't show anyway. It won't show. So Niles, for Niles, I think is a very, very good utility player. I think he can help us from the bench or for cover. He can cover left back, he can cover central midfield, he can cover right back. So I think you need to use him, not just say, do you guys think Niles is a starter for us? Would you start Niles in the first 5 games next season? Would you start Niles in the first 5 games next season? Let me know. Because for me, I wouldn't really start him. I still think like we have we still have a couple of players, the legends like El Neni, Mohamed El Neni, the legend needs to start. So consistency and the video quality is good. I hope so. Oh, it's just I have done it on the other stream. I don't think you can hear like most things are blocked because there are a lot of spam stuff and stuff like that. 4.53 road to 5K. I hope I get that next month sometime. Suleiman says Martinez is my choice. Can you give me a reason why Martinez is your choice? Because for me, I'd say Martinez because he looks comfortable in terms of like aerial balls and stuff like that. So yeah, I would start Niles. Life Ghana Tev says yes, I would. I'm actually waiting for you. Zain says I just let Atita choose. To be honest, yeah. Thank goodness you're not the managers. Thank goodness we are not the manager, because that is a hard decision. Who would you choose? Bellerin, Niles, Tierney at centre back or left back, Aubameyang as a striker or left back? Would you sell Lacazette to keep him? Keep Guendouzi, sell him? What would you do with Ozil? A lot of decisions to be made. Abigi says, bro, Ross Smith for is my best player. I want him to feature more. Smith Rowe, yeah, I definitely want him to feature more. He played very well against MK Dons when he came on. I think he started or came on. I think he came on, but I don't think he'll play in the Premier League. For me, if we play a back four, I'll have Aubameyang on the left, Lacazette up front, Pepe as the number 10, and Willian on the right, and then Smith Rowe can cover in the Carabao Cup games, in the Europa League games, but I think he needs to be given a chance too. The other players have been given a chance. So Life Ganatev says big up my G. Thank you. Nafi says you're going live a little bit late for guys in South. Please consider going live a little bit early. Yeah, I'm going to go live a little bit earlier from now. For the plan for next season, before next season is I'll be doing fantasy Premier League shows live with some guests, like an hour show, like every week. The link to join my FPL league is in the description. You can join it. It's called Everything Arsenal. You can join it, and I have a plan to like do prediction show for the Premier League fixtures, all of them, Arsenal shows and stuff. It's I'll try to do them earlier. Like today, couldn't do it earlier because I've just done two streams on two other channels. Like for the last 5 hours, I've been on streams, so that's why I couldn't get on earlier. I was supposed to get on like 30 minutes ago, but I extended it by like 25 minutes or something. But it's because I was doing other streams. Do you still do your top tens on Fridays? Okay, I stopped doing it when the season started because there were so many other videos to do. But that will also be back this Fridays. Um, where do you think Sunderland will finish this season? Um, I'd say playoff position between fourth and sixth, and then you're going to get to the playoff, hopefully. So that I miss Sunderland in the Premier League, the Defoes, the time you had Fletcher and all those players, Malbronk. It used to be fun times watching Sunderland back then. Arsenal, Alex says, hi mate, sorry I'm on mobile, so can join. No problem. I'm actually also using mobile. It's convenient these days. Black Cats on tour. When is the next live stream? I'd say maybe Tuesday or something. Abiggy says Martinez is lucky keeper whenever he features. Trust me. What do you mean by that? Because he's played very well since he came on, and he's been in Arsenal for such a long while. He's been patient. That's what I have to say. He's been patient. Where do you live in the world? Hi,
Hello?
man.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Can you hear me
I'm not
now?
sure. Yeah, I can hear you.
What's up, my G?
I'm good. I'm good. Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, I'm hearing you clearly.
Thank you for joining, man. I always see your comments. I really appreciate it. I do see your content, good content. Thanks for joining.
Thanks, bro.
Let me just go through some other comments. Arsenal Alex says, why in the world do you live? Again, I'll let you guys guess. SC Zain says, say a video you're planning to do. Okay, bro, I'll tell you. So what did you make about the game yesterday?
I actually expected us to win.
Yeah,
When I saw the Liverpool lineup, that Williams guy that was playing right back for Liverpool, I knew Arteta would see him as a weak link, and we actually
yeah,
doubled up on him with Niles and Aubameyang. But at the same time,
yeah.
Klopp was trying to push Williams forward. That gave Aubameyang a lot of space, and we relished in that. And one thing I don't like when we score a goal and then we it's like our belly is full. We're not hungry for more goals. And in the next season, I want I want us to score goals and be hungry for more goals, and also other players should pitch in on goals on a regular basis, because I feel as if we depend on Aubameyang to score too much, and there will be days when he won't show up. So other players should pick up on that and be on a score sheet regularly.
The thing that worries me is I feel like our team can't play 90 minutes. They can't keep up the momentum for 90 minutes. So Arteta knows about that. So that's why he always changes his tactics in the middle of the game. So that is the thing we
Mhm.
need to change. And last season, we couldn't keep a lead. We threw so many leads. We had so many disaster starts last season. So that is one of the things that need to change next season. Did you say expected us to win after 90 minutes?
No, I expected us to win as I saw the lineup,
Mm-hmm. Or
because I
before
saw
the
that
lineup?
Williams guy. Yeah, I saw that
Oh,
Williams guy, and I'm like, got him on ropes. Um,
so you
actually,
expected us to get more than one goal?
yes, I did, and we had our chances. We could have pitched in one or two more, especially with Nketiah got that chance. I really want to see
Yeah,
more from Nketiah. With all
yeah.
the pressure in and the tracking, that's all good and fine. and stuff, but you're a striker. We want to see more from you because they ain't boys no more. 21, you want to see more than just what he's putting in. Um,
Yeah.
what I was going to say,
Would you start
Elneny,
Lacazette ahead of him?
La- the thing is, I like Lacazette. I rated him from assignment Leon, but I don't, I, I'm not sure because he's not
Hmm.
getting that 20 plus goals we bought him for, and he's playing a lot up top where Aubameyang should be playing. So I, I'm I'm not sure. I'm not sure on that one. But if we sell him, who would we use as backup because Nkete isn't pitching in as many goals as Lacazette at the same time. So I would keep Lacazette, but he needs to score more goals. Honestly,
Yeah, definitely needs to score more goals. I agree with that. I think I wouldn't really judge anyone from last season. That period with Emre was really bad, so most players didn't perform. Torreira had to play as a number 10. We didn't create any chances. There's a time we never created any chances. So seeing us creating those chances yesterday, that was a boost. And what do you think of Niles? Because people are now talking about him being a legend already.
um, the thing about you have the batch of youngsters which with Nelson and all that they came to at about the same time.
Yeah,
Last year about this time we wouldn't have any problem selling Niles, but this is the thing with Arsenal youngsters. They need to show more than just the little regular potential that you see in any other youngster. And with Niles, he's grown so much in quality. Defensively, if you remember, he used to get beaten so easily when he just started playing right back. Now he's
yeah,
improved, looks solid. When you see him going for a tackle or marking a play, you expect him to win that challenge at this point. But going forward,
yeah,
I want to see more from him going forward because even yesterday he had a Aubameyang. I think it was Aubameyang who crossed it in the penalty area for him, and he passed it
yeah,
to Nketiah. I thought he should have shoot.
yeah. That's it was TNU passed the ball. It was a good build up, and that is another thing. We don't have midfielders who can shoot the ball. That's why we always struggle for goals from midfield. But would you start him next season? In the first 5 games, would he be a starter for you?
That's a tough one because that's the thing about being a player that's too versatile.
Yeah.
The manager is going to look at you to play here and here, and you're not going to solidify a position because he's not going to play left wing back. Because I feel as if Arteta wants to play a back four, but when we play a top team, he'll switch to a back five. So starting
Hmm.
as actually would in midfield.
Hmm. In midfield
Um,
with Shaka,
yeah,
since you've said in midfield, just give me your starting 11 for next season. Okay, just considering, let's say we don't buy anyone else and we don't sell, who would you start?
Martinez in goal. Um, David David Luiz and Saliba because Gabriel and Saliba they're both young, so I wouldn't start both of them at the same time. At right back, I will go with Bellerin, assuming he doesn't go into PSG with all these rumors going around. Tini
Hmm.
at left back. In midfield, I will go with Xhaka and Niles.
Hmm.
In the number 10 role, oh, that's a tough one. At
Yeah.
this moment in time, I would put Willian
Hmm.
on the right, Pepe on the left, Saka, and up top, Aubameyang.
Oh,
That's my
that's
lineup.
interesting. No, no Lacazette, no Gabriel, no. That's interesting. No El Neni, no legend, no El Neni in the team.
I actually
We need
watched
El
him a
Neni in the
few
team.
actually watched him a few times last season for Besiktas, and he looks he looks like he improves. But the thing with Elneny, he's not the player that nobody really hates because he is a
Hmm.
decent player, but he's not a player that everyone loves because he isn't that big name world class player that we all desire to be in that middle of the pitch. So I think Elneny is more of a squad player. I like
Yeah, true.
Elneny. He's come back and look more composed, and his touch. his touch in passing into space has been a great improvement based on what I've seen the other day. But
True.
that Martinez and Leno thing,
Yeah, we'll
um,
come to that. We'll come to that. Hi, Zoom. Can you hear me? Can't hear him again. So speaking of Martinez and Leno,
mhm.
what are your thoughts on them, both of them? Would you first of all, would you keep both of them or would you sell?
I will keep both of them because if you sell one, you're going to want replacement for the other.
Yeah.
But if it has a case where we keep Martinez, which I hope we do, he has to get a new contract because a player of his quality and 20K a
Mm-hmm.
week, and he's going to look at Leno,
Mm-hmm.
who is on 100K a week, so he has to get a bump up in his contract, in his salary,
Yeah.
in my opinion. Um,
True.
with Leno, I've been watching him since Bundesliga. I watch a lot of Bundesliga. He actually
Yeah.
has the most errors from goalkeepers in his period
Mm.
in Bundesliga. So I knew when it comes to mistakes from catching and ball playing, I knew Leno would have that. But
True.
he's still a great goalkeeper. The amount of times he saved us due to that defense being so leaky, I'm not denying I'm not denying that of his greatness. But Martinez is
Mm-hmm.
well all rounded. He looks so comfortable when he's up in the air. You're so confident about him catching that ball. When the ball is
Yeah.
at his feet, he looks so composed. Like I'm just happy that I think he's probably the best goalkeeper we've had in the Emirates era because every keeper we had, they probably had something, but they lacked something.
Mm-hmm. Very true. Yeah, true. The Czechs, the Chesneys of this world, all of them. Um, read some comments. Hi Noah. Hi Ake Sweetie. Hi Lewis. Um, Nephew says El Neni is trash. Sell him. I think he actually put up some good performances in the last two games, but for me also I wouldn't keep him. Would you keep him?
That's a tough one.
It's a
If
tough
we
one. Eh?
sell him,
It's a tough one too.
if we sell him, I would be upset knowing that there's other players that can do what he does. But if we keep
Yeah,
him, I would be upset either because when it comes to the League Cup and the Europa League, you want personnels to facilitate those games. You don't want to play your Aubameyangs and your Xhakas in those games. You want to rest them
yeah,
for the league because
yeah,
our ultimate goal is top four.
yeah. The thing is, if Torreira wants to leave and Guendouzi has to leave, then it's the only backup we have. So he might have to stay at the end of the day. But it's not my cup of tea. I don't like those players who are like in the last years of Wenger. I think those players, the mentality was so poor. So I wouldn't keep any of them, not at all. Another question for you, Tev. How many points do you think Arsenal should get next season? 60, 70s, 80s,
Um, 80 is a minimum,
80.
minimum. Yes, 80 is a minimum because looking at things, it's going to be a real dogfight for that top four spot because you're going to have Manu who will most likely sign probably a big name player eventually, and you have Chelsea
Hmm.
looking to sign Kai Havertz, and
Yeah,
they're building a dangerous attack and got
yeah,
Thiago Silva, and City
yeah.
might even get Messi. So top four is going to be a real dogfight. So a minimum of 80 points.
What would be your top
Yeah.
four for next season?
Um, City to win the league. Second Liverpool, third Chelsea, and fourth Arsenal.
So no Man United.
No.
You're going to annoy lots of them. You're going to annoy lots of them, lots of them. So our first game is Fulham and then West Ham and then Liverpool. How many points would do for you in those first three games? Because the last season it started well. We beat Newcastle and Burnley. The previous
Mhm.
season we lost to Chelsea and City. The thing is, I don't like us going so far back after 4 games, being already 4 points, 5 points behind. So how many
Mhm.
points do you think you should get from those games?
Those 3 games, 7.
Seven.
7
So
is
you
not
want a
big.
draw. So you want a draw at Liverpool, or are you wanting a draw against Fulham and beat Liverpool?
Eh, I reckon we'll beat Fulham and West Ham, but
Mhm.
our record over the years at Anfield is nothing pretty, so I'll take a draw, honestly.
We do have Arteta right now.
Pardon?
We do have Arteta right now, so things have changed. Things have changed for the better.
Yeah, bro. I really like Arteta. I really like what he's doing. One thing
So I
about
want to
him,
do. Yeah, go ahead.
he doesn't accept certain things that Wenger used to do.
Hmm.
Like if you're not playing badly, he won't be afraid to drop you and play someone else.
Yeah.
And he doesn't
So.
stick to one tactics all the time. He's very
Hmm.
flexible, and that's
Hmm.
that's one of the things I love about him most. He's very flexible. Yeah,
So, again, yeah, flexible. Speaking of flexible, he seems to like know the opponent is going to play against, whether it's Liverpool, whether it's Wolves. He knows how to adapt to the game, so that's a good thing. Definitely has filled us with confidence. I want to do a quick keep or sell with you. Just tell me whether you'd keep or sell them.
no problem.
So Martinez and Leno keep for both, right?
Yeah, both keep.
Bellerin,
Bellerin, I'll sell him.
um, Chambers
Keep.
keep. Holding.
Sell.
Wow. Mustafi,
Sell.
Cedric,
Keep.
Luis.
Louise. Keep.
Mhm. Who else in that? We have so many defenders. Socrates,
Sell.
Tierney. I don't have to ask you that.
No.
Kolasinac,
Sell. Oh God.
sell. Oh wow,
Sell.
those are like three or four sales already. Shaka.
Keep.
Do you think he has improved under Arteta? Out of 10, how much do you think? How much would you give him for last season out of 10?
I will give him a 7. The
Or
first part of the season was
Since Arteta came.
sit at 10. He's look like the player that we've signed from Bundesliga. The only difference is
Hmm.
he used to be more dangerous with the shots. I haven't seen him
Hmm.
taking any shots on goal on a regular basis that I used to see him do back in Germany. So other than that, he looks just like the player that we've signed.
Yeah. El Neni. There is a correct answer for that. There is a correct answer for that. There's a correct and wrong answer for that.
Aye. Sell.
So, just before we go on, hi, Wedajo, Nephew, Noah. If anyone wants to join, the link is in the description. If you want to join, just click on the link. Torreira.
Sell.
Wow, so who else is there? Niles.
Keep.
Keep, of course, Guendouzi.
Sell.
If like he decides to apologize, would you keep him?
No.
Not at all. Okay. Pepe.
Pepe. Keep.
Yeah. Lacazette.
Keep.
Aubameyang. No need to ask you that one. Ozil. That's another interesting one.
Sell.
So if Ozil stays next season and he stays, would you play him? Or would you just drop him off completely?
I would play him because he's earning so much money. So why not
Yeah.
play him?
Yeah.
Because
True.
he has the quality, but the thing about it
Mhm.
is he's so inconsistent.
Yeah. So you can see. Yeah. Yeah. And how about the youngsters? Smith Rowe,
Smith Rowe, keep,
Willock.
sell,
You can also loan them out. So you'd sell Willock completely.
sell him.
Nelson,
Nelson. I would keep
tough
him
one.
based on what I'm seeing him in the past few games. He looks less of a passenger, and he's
Yeah,
showing that he's a bit more hungry.
yeah,
I'm seeing more hunger from him, which I want. Because remember, a
hmm,
year ago, he was the youngster that we were looking forward to the most.
yeah,
Saka
true.
and Saka and Martinelli had no name at that time.
Yeah.
But so I would keep Nelson.
How about Saka and Martinelli? Of course, you'd keep them.
Yeah, keep them.
And then the five. If you're asked which five players you'd sell right now, which ones would you pick? The five players you definitely sell right now.
Okay, I would sell Kalazanak, Guendouzi, Torreira, oh, Socrates, and Mustafi.
Mustafi. Wow. So you'd keep the likes of Chambers.
Mm. Chambers, I like Chambers because remember before he got injured, he was probably our best centre back. Plus,
Yeah.
as I said, we're going to need personnel to cover the League Cup games and the Europa League. He's very
Hmm,
versatile as well. Can play centre back, right back, and
hmm.
defensive midfield. So I would keep him.
The problem with our defenders, they're so injury prone. I know the injuries are not their fault, but they're so injury prone, and I feel like Chambers is so slow.
Hmm.
So I feel like keeping him is like going back. We need to improve on these players.
I wouldn't like put him in the starting lineup, but for a squad player and playing him in the cup games and whatnot, I would keep him and rest whoever we're starting for the likes of Saliba and Gabriel and those guys.
Yeah, let's try this one more time. Hi Nathan, can you hear me?
Yes,
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Do you want to keep your camera like that, or do you want to turn it on?
I'd like to keep it like that.
Okay, no problem.
Oh.
So as I was asking Tev, what did you make about the game yesterday?
I think we had a decent first half, but
Mm-hmm.
the second half wasn't. We weren't good enough defensively.
Mm-hmm. We
Um,
were not good enough defensively.
in the second half,
Uh-huh. And who was your man of the? Oh, he's gone. Oh no, sorry about that, people. Arsenal vlog says big up. It says hi. You can send any questions you have. And how many players do you think we should add between now and the end of the season? Between now and the start of the season, how many players do you think we should add?
But I think we should definitely sell Kalazanak because
Mm-hmm.
defensively he's so easy to beat. There was a moment in the game where
Mm-hmm.
Williams got through. It was Williams,
Mm-hmm.
whoever was playing right back at the time, he got through because Niles was marking Salah and he actually
Mm-hmm.
stepped to Salah where Niles was already marking him. Hence why the right
Mm-hmm.
back at the time got so much space to make a decent cross. Defensively,
Mm-hmm.
he's so blind, so easy to beat. He makes rush fouls when the opponent is nowhere near the goal,
Mm-hmm.
and he's on 100K a week. So I think we should cash in on him and buy a young left back who can play under Tierney. That's
Mm-hmm.
my opinion. We should sell Torreira because he's clearly unsettled and not in Arteta's plan. The
Yeah,
party thing looks very unlikely in my opinion. If it
unlikely.
happens,
Yeah.
fair play, but it
Mm-hmm.
would it would definitely shock me. But I like that
Yeah.
Somari guy from Lille.
Mm-hmm.
He's half the price of Partey. He's younger, 21, and he's friends with Pepe and Gabriel. So I like him. I think we need a creative midfielder called creativity. is what we've lacked
Mhm.
all season, because a lot of the time
Mhm.
last season our defense wasn't that bad, but because of us not being creative enough and more
Mhm.
lethal in front of goal, that actually let the defense look worse than it actually was at
Yeah.
any given match.
Mhm.
So we need definitely a creative midfielder. I like our getting back Sabayas. I wouldn't mind that. If you saw the way we celebrated the win yesterday, I would definitely carry him back. He's so passionate. He isn't the best player, but
Mhm.
he's passionate and works so hard.
Mhm.
I really like Dennis Sabayas. So a creative midfielder, a dominant defensive or box to box midfielder,
Mhm.
and a left back sounds good to me.
Um, so three players plus Willian and Gabriel. You're not including Gabriel in that. Even after we sign Gabriel, it's still three players
No, yes, Gabriel is included.
is included. Okay. So for the formation wise, which formation do you want Ateta to play next season? Back three or back four? Because that is always
Back four,
interesting.
back four.
Back four. So Tierney, Bellerin, and you said Luis and Saliba.
Yeah.
That is for every game, or do you switch it as the games come by?
Knowing Arteta, he definitely switch it as the game comes by.
Hmm.
In the big
Hmm.
games, when you play like a Man City, I definitely see him using a back three.
Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah. That will be interesting to see. Um,
Keep
KJ Dye, keep Lennon Martinez. I don't know if there's any option. Yeah, you have to keep all of them. If you want to compete at the top, you have to have competition in every position, every single position. Um, so which signing would you try and make next? If you were to choose one player to buy next this week, which one would you choose?
um Sumari, Sumari,
Awesome. I don't
because
know
I
much
definitely
about him, but you seem interested, keen on him.
I saw him play against Chelsea in the Champions League.
Hmm.
He bossed that midfield, and I definitely see more clubs being interested in him. So I think we should go after him, knowing we have a good business relationship with Lille,
Hmm.
and while we have the momentum, because we just got Gabriel from them.
Yeah, and Pepe and also Javinho back in the days, we used to get them from that team. Lewis says Martinez is an all-round better keeper than Leno. Do you agree, Trev?
Hmm? Agree 100%.
He's a better
But I
all-round
think
keeper.
he's all around. I think reflex wise, Leno is a bit better, but everything
Yeah,
else, Martinez
yeah,
has it.
true. Aerial balls and stuff like that. KJ says 3-4-3 formation is kind of good, right? Yeah, the thing is, for me, I prefer the 3-4-3 because, as Tev had said earlier on, Gabriel and Saliba are still young, so we can't start the both of them. But I want
Mm.
both of them in the starting lineup, so I'd put both of them with Luis. And then I also feel like whenever Saka played in the left back position, it suits the left back and the right back better. Bellerin prefers to attack, Saka prefers to attack, Cedric prefers to attack, Niles, Kolasinac. I don't feel like Kolasinac is a bad player, but he doesn't know how to defend. He prefers to attack. Our strikers, it allows us to play with two strikers, Aubameyang and Lacazette up front. So all those
Mhm.
things, I feel like the 3-4-3 is our formation. But as you've said, the back four, you said if you play a back four, it starts with Aubameyang up front.
Yeah.
When everyone is fit, even Martinelli and Pablo Mari is back, would you still play Aubameyang
I
up front?
I didn't even remember about Mari. Oh,
Yeah, he's still at Arsenal. Pablo Mari is still an Arsenal player, and he might even start ahead of Gabriel.
because because remember Arteta likes him a lot. Remember he was actually at Man City when Pep just came.
Yeah,
So my Arteta knows him on a personal level. So I feel like Arteta might even put him in the starting lineup on a regular basis. Even after the
yeah,
restart, notice he was in the starting lineup straight away. So I think he likes Mari. Very very unfortunate about his injury, but
yeah,
I think he'll be in there.
yeah. Arsenal Alex says sell Leno. Would you sell Leno if you were given 50 million pounds? Would you sell him
Yeah,
straight away?
yeah,
You know,
because
yeah,
if
go
we're
ahead.
keeping Martinez and
Hmm.
we're getting 50 million for Leno,
Hmm.
who is going to probably be your second choice, then I would sell him.
For 50 million. Oh wow, that's. I still feel like we need to keep both goalkeepers. Both are very, very good. Let's not forget Leno's one of the reasons why you were playing very well, like before he got injured. He was one of our best players.
That's true. He saved us a lot of times, but a lot of things used to annoy me because when he's up in the air, I used to want to close my eyes. When he has the ball at his feet, I used to want to close
Hmm.
my eyes as well. I remember against Watford, they were always passing the
Yeah.
ball so short when it's obvious they were crowding around the penalty or waiting for that short pass. So a
Hmm.
lot of little things used to annoy me, but at the same time, you saved us a lot of times. We used to concede like 20 shots from Southampton.
Watford had almost 30, 40 shots against us. That was the Emery period. Very, very sad period. So yeah, that is one thing. I remember that mistake. He also made a mistake against Everton, the 3-2 win. So needs to sort that out. KJ says I haven't heard about, I think you mean Pepe in a while. I had maybe then quarantine or something. But the funny thing is him and Lacazette are from were in France, but also Aubameyang was in France for the holiday, so I don't get. Maybe they were given an extended period. Um, Cookie says, "Oh, didn't get notified you went live." Yeah, damn you, YouTube. Damn you, YouTube. Sorry about that. I had the 30 minutes and it never said live. But on Martinez and Leno, I would keep both. But Martinez wage and try and split game time evenly. Judge it on form too. Yeah, that's a good point you brought up. Also, Tev had mentioned about the wages. You said Martinez is on 20,000.
Yeah,
That's very very. That he should be on like 100. To be fair, he should be like on 100. And Leno, I'm not sure how much he is on right
he's
now.
on 100. He's on 100 a week.
Do you think that's fair, or do you think it's too much for him?
I think that's fair because at the time there were more clubs interested in him, so he offering 100. He be looking like yeah, it looks more interested than other offers from other clubs.
Yeah. Let's talk about the new signings just a bit. By the way, if you need to go, just let me know. Um, William, were you happy with the William signing?
Yes, I'm very happy with the Williams signing because he doesn't play like his age. So I think people
Hmm.
are still living in the times when age matters. You look at a 30-year-old and be like, oh, nah.
Hmm.
These days, these old guys are playing as if they're in their early 20s.
Yeah.
So I'm happy with the signing. His only problem was inconsistency.
Hmm.
He's not because a lot of times Hazard used to go missing and they would look to Willian.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm happy with the signing. If you actually look at his stats, he actually created twice chances and had twice amount of key passes Pepe had last season. Pepe was actually our most creative player, so he's very creative. I think he'll flourish under Arteta. He's the type of player I
Yeah.
see Arteta loving.
KJ agrees with you. Says William, one of the greatest, and hope he would play more well than David Luiz. Yeah. The thing is, I feel like William is a hard worker. He works hard for 90 minutes. He'll keep on running back, forward, back, forward. An interesting point I thought about today was, Sabais was playing with Shaka in the middle for the last
Hmm.
games.
Yeah,
Do you think William can play that position with Shaka in the middle, or is it too much for him? That's when you're playing a back five.
I think that doesn't work in his favor because he's so attacking minded, especially when he picks up that
Mm-hmm.
ball and drives forward.
Mm-hmm.
So I think a more attacking position will be more suitable for him.
Yeah, true. William is a short-time signing. Long-term answer is Willock or Smith Rowe, but we need to sign long-term in other positions like we are doing with Tierney and Saliba last season and Gabriel now. So for Smith Rowe and Willock, which one would you try and focus on more for
Smith
next
Rowe.
season? Which of these? Okay, Smith Rowe,
Yeah.
because he has not been given a chance, or because you think he's a better player?
Mm. He is a better player. He wasn't even given that many chances in the first team, and I
Mm-hmm.
saw great potential for him from him. He's very creative, but before he went on loan, I thought he was a bit weak and needed more first team game time to get used to it. He went out on
Mm-hmm.
loan. I watched him quite a few times. I'm really impressed. Really impressed. He's improved a lot. The thing with Willock is I don't know what type of player he actually is. It is said that he's an attacking midfielder, but I don't see him creating that much chances. And defensively, he does run about, but
Mm-hmm.
if you're a midfielder, attacking midfielder, you're supposed to be creative, and he's not creative. So,
Mm-hmm.
and plus he's
True.
21. He's not a young boy anymore.
Mm-hmm.
All of our academy youths, Niles and all of them, they need to show more than what they're showing.
Yeah, true. I agree. Cookie says Smith Rowe all the way. Jade says talking about these new signings, I think they're gonna do great. So for William, you said you agree with him. Jade also says yes, Smith Rowe all the way. Cookie says Smith Rowe did well at Huddersfield. I'd actually argue he is better than Ozil. What do you think on that? Who is Ozil? We have a player at Arsenal called Ozil. I think we should move from Ozil right now. Like, there's nothing he's helping us with. But as Steph said, if he stays at Arsenal, we can use him for a few games. But yeah, I guess it's Smith Rowe. You guys have decided on Smith Rowe. And the second signing will be Gabriel. Happy to see Gabriel. Probably will be announced maybe tomorrow.
Um, he 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 is quarantined, which
Mm-hmm.
I said it in one of my videos because we're all talking about Gabriel and how he's on a plane, but I said it's like everyone forgot he has to be quarantined.
Mm-hmm.
When I said it to my friends, they were shocked because nobody even remember about that part.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I thought the
and
players were exempted. Like, I thought the players were given a chance to just go on and play, because like for the Champions League and the Europa League, they didn't need any quarantine or anything. They just went straight on to play.
and that quarantine thing, I think Arsenal. I don't like how Arsenal behaves in the transfer market. We take forever to sign a player, and if we're doing that,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to put us at a disadvantage because every foreign players that we buy are going to buy, they'll have to
Mm-hmm.
quarantine.
Mm-hmm.
So if we buy, for example, a Sumari the 10th of September, he's not going to be able to play until like the
Mm-hmm.
Liverpool game.
Yeah, that's why I also need us to complete these signings very early on. I don't like when we usually wait for us to lose the first three out of the first four games, and then we start panic buying when you're already 9 points adrift, and then you already lost pace and everything, and we're chasing. Let's buy the players early on this week, and let's have them prepare for next season early on with the other players. That is what I would do. Um,
Totally
Cookie
agree.
says, would you would you get another striker if we sell Laka or potentially Willian left wing, or striker and Pepe right wing? Cookie, so if you want to go first.
No, um, because we have the likes of John Jules and Balogun. If I think Balogun has already gone, those two strikers actually actually most likely better than NKT. And with Balogun most likely leaving, I will use John Jules on the Aubameyang because he's a good striker. The thing with it, I don't like us having these um good young players and not giving them much first team experience because when they come into the first team, under 23s, they won't be up to the level to first team football. So we should definitely loan out our players more so they will have first team experience.
Yeah. Okay. Jacob says Saka is the new CR7. You're putting too much pressure on the kid, too much pressure on him.
But that is why I like the Willian signing because I think Willian would take a lot of pressure off Saka because
Mhm.
he set such a high bar for himself last season with the dozen assists he made.
Mhm.
Such a high bar. So if he doesn't maintain that bar or exceed that, the fan base would be on him. So I like that we bought William. William with experience can help him out and help him to grow and take some of the pressure off him.
Yeah, true. Jade says all round when the season resumed, Arsenal went all out and we did that. We had two so good job, Gunners for life. Thank you. Cookie says is BS7, yeah. Um Zoom Arsenal, thanks for watching. He says I would love to see Saka centrally as an attacking midfielder. He was causing Liverpool problems playing in between their midfield and defense. Central midfielder with Shaka, do you mean that, or like behind the striker? Which position would you play Saka, Tev? Favorite Saka position? Right wing, left back. You've seen them play all those positions. Which one would you pick for him?
Left wing and central midfield. He actually played mostly central attacking midfield in his youth days, so he's actually good there. So left back and attacking midfield.
Yeah, I think I'd agree with that. He's also done very well at left back anyway. Um, Jacob says it's not pressure on him. He knows football. But the thing is, if we start comparing him with so many other players and class players and stuff, we put in.
Hmm.
Let's be honest. Did you expect Saka to break through last season the way he did?
No,
The first time I saw Saka was on the bench for the Europa League game against Chelsea. So we didn't expect him to break out like this.
I expect
Zoom
him to
says,
do. I expected
yeah,
him to do well, but not that well.
not
He
that well,
surprised
yeah.
everyone.
Zoom says behind the striker. Then what happens to Willian and Pep and all those other players? Um,
With that, it actually works in our favor because Pepe can play anywhere across the front three, so can Aubameyang. William
mhm,
can play on the left and right, so can Saka. So when we're
mhm.
playing a team, and for example, Saka is on the left and William is on the right, they can say, let's switch up things. So the opposition is never comfortable because they are seeing different faces all over the place. So I like that our players are versatile and comfortable on either side.
Yeah, true. That's the good thing. AM, thanks for being here. He says the midfield lack of creativity might come to be a problem for Obaya. Tev mentioned Aubameyang scoring like all of our goals. That's always a concern. Like we're not getting any goals from midfield. Last season, Shaka scored like twice. Guendouzi, no goal. Who else?
Actually,
Niles, Ozil, no
Martinelli
goal. Niles, Ceballos.
Martinelli had more
But
goals than our entire midfield. Saka
yeah,
had more assists than our entire midfield, and that says a lot. So midfield for
that's
me is actually the biggest problem. It's a bigger problem than the defense because teams used to walk to our midfield so easily and reach our defense so easily.
true. Very true. Jacob says, why not talk about El Neni? We've talked about El Neni, I think 80% since yesterday. But if you want us to talk about El Neni, we'll do a separate show about the legend. He needs to stay at Arsenal. We'll do a separate show on El Neni. But he played very well yesterday, so we'll give him the props. Zoom says, love both of your channels. Big up yourselves. Thank you very much. Speaking of channels, shout out your channel, Tev.
Um, my channel is Life Gunner Tev. Yeah, that's my channel. I upload every day.
Make sure you go and subscribe to him. Um, Cookie says, all right, Saka is an English winger. He could easily be the next Sterling or better. Let's hope so. Let's hope so. I saw Niles was picked for England, and Saka still not been picked. I don't understand
I'm
why.
actually I'm actually disappointed because there was
That
a bunch of rumors about Niles and some other English players coming to play for Jamaica. So I'm actually disappointed that he got called for England.
uh-huh.
But I'm really happy for him otherwise, honestly.
Yeah. Jacob says, who could you start between Amy and Leno? I've said Martinez, and Trevor said Martinez, right?
Yeah.
Because he's a better all-round goalkeeper. But I wouldn't sell Leno. I'd keep Leno for all the other cup games because they're both very, very good goalkeepers. We are lucky to have both good goalkeepers. Arsenal Alex says if Saka and El Neni are starting midfield for next season, then we'll finish top 10 at best. Yeah, I agree. Would you want that midfield to be in the first game against Fulham?
No, because we lacked creativity, so we can't be bulking on the midfield with players that aren't that creative, because both of them, you don't expect them to be all that going forward. Hence why Shaka was so good with Sabayas, because Sabayas would take the ball and drive forward and just spray it all over the place.
Yeah, true. By the way, if you're watching this, make sure you drop a like. I have some links in the description. If you play Fantasy Premier League, you can join the league. It's in the description. And there's a link to this stream if you want to join. I'll keep it going for like 10 to 15 minutes for ending it. Zoom says Niles should play as our right back. Right back for you?
No, I'd actually play him in midfield,
In midfield.
because
So,
when when at one point Wenger was using him where El Nene played, and he did well, but at the time he wasn't as good as he is now. So I would definitely try him there again. Plus he's more attack minded, and he's better on the creative side than El Nene and Jaka. So I definitely try him there. You never know. You never know.
yeah, true, you never know. El Neni is a legend. He was the best. He was the best Mohammed on the pitch yesterday. He was the best Egyptian on the pitch. Yes, yes, Black Cats on Twitter. You can join the link in the description. AM says sounds like Ateta is not expecting any more transfer coming in. Are we selling anyone? Not expecting anyone. Would you go into next season without signing anyone else? Steve, would it be good enough?
No, we need a dominant midfielder, dominant and a creative
Mm,
midfielder.
yeah, we definitely need that. I think it will be very, very short. So expecting Gabriel to be announced tomorrow. And as Steve said earlier on, I don't really expect Partey to join. Maybe someone else, maybe someone from France or something. But anyway, I'm just open to any new person joining Arsenal. It's always exciting to have new players. Um, AM says we are not ready for top six yet.
Ah,
Definitely we are not yet until we buy a couple more players, of course.
that is true.
Mm. Arsenal Alex says Shaka, El Neni, Luis, Bellerin, Mustafi, Socrates, and more need to go. 4, 5, 6. Those are 6 players. Shaka, you sell
No,
Shaka, Tev? I think he
no.
has improved. I don't think he's the worst of the players. So I would still, for me, include Chambers there instead of Shaka. I'd put Kolasinac there instead of Shaka. So there are a few more
Mhm.
players who can go instead of him. Um, Mustafi, I know you said you're going to sell him. Tev. Cookie says, if we play, just a minute. Cookie says if we play a mid 3 of Shaka, Niles, and Saka, we'll succeed. Hi, Black Cats on tour.
How you doing, Glenn? How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good.
Nice.
By the way, this guy is a Sunderland fan. Unfortunately, has not seen his team in the Premier League for a couple of years, but he has incredible football knowledge. So thanks for
man.
being here.
Nah, no problem, bro. Anytime.
You know, since you're a neutral fan, give me your top 4 for next season.
Top 4. Oh. Liverpool, Chelsea, Man City, and Arsenal, I reckon.
By the way,
No,
you're allowed not to include Arsenal. You don't have to include Arsenal.
No,
by the way.
I think Arsenal will do better than Man U because they're not getting any signings. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, true. But I feel like Man U will still sign some players.
They're closing on Van de Beek, but that's the only player that they're closing on at the moment. They're looking at signing Grealish, but I don't think Grealish will go there. So,
and since you have some knowledge on the League One, which teams do you expect to be promoted to the Championship next season?
it's a tough one. I reckon Portsmouth first, I reckon either Sunderland's second or third. But I don't know I don't know. It's not like Premier League where you have like all the teams finishing like the high teams. It's any team that can finish that. Do you know what I mean? It's insane. So I don't know.
Is the championship, one team will finish in the playoffs and then they'll probably mid-table.
Exactly, yeah. Brentford third, bottled it. Do you know what I'm saying? So
I was really surprised.
Championship
I
is such
felt
a
bad
crazy.
for them. I felt really bad for them. Zoom says Bellerin is trash, so who would you play as right back? I'd play Bellerin. Bellerin is not trash, and Tev would play Bellerin too. Jacob says, can I? Sorry. Let's go back to you on Blackouts on tour. How about the championship? Which teams do you expect to be promoted to the league next season?
I reckon Nottingham Forest is going to get promoted.
Ooh.
I reckon Swansea. No. I reckon Nottingham Forest, Bournemouth, and Watford to get promoted. Because I reckon Bournemouth isn't not necessarily, they're not a Premier League club to be finishing quite high. But I don't reckon they should be finishing quite low either. Because I don't think they deserve to go down, especially beating Everton 3-1.
Yeah.
So I reckon Aston Villa should have went down. No hard feelings to anyone, but that's my opinion. So
I think
actually think they should have gone to, yeah.
But we're the ones who kept them up.
We let them stay up, hoping that we'd get Grealish, but they ran away from that deal. Jacob says, can I think that Oba's deal is due together with Gabriel? I still can't say Gabriel's second name. It's still very hard.
Magalhaes.
Yeah, I still can't say it. Thank you, but I still can't say it. And until I learn it, I mean, we learned how to spell the likes of Chesney. So Zoom says, what would be your advice for people starting channels? I've started my own. Oh, wow. Tev, can you take that question first?
What was the question?
What advice would you give to people who are just starting out their channels?
I would say make sure you find something that you're passionate about, because there will be days when you don't feel like making videos, but because you love a certain things, you will make it anyways. And don't wait until the perfect time, because that was my mistake. I wish I started mine earlier, but I just was like, yo, it's quarantine, I'm bored, let's start this, even though I'm doing everything with my phone. So don't wait. You should start now. And there are also YouTube channels that are dedicated to help you improve your channel and for tips that actually work. So you should do your research as well.
Yeah, true. Black Hats on tour?
I reckon if you're going to start a YouTube channel, I reckon be consistent. Definitely, that's a key. Be consistent, because you want you need a schedule. Like, if you go on someone's channel and they're all over the place, you don't know when they're going to upload. But like, if you have a channel, like if you say in your like bio or something like that, uploads on Tuesday, Wednesday, on Tuesday you're going to this is uploading, might watch it. Do you know what I mean? And then that's how you get views. So just be consistent.
Yeah, so I'd back up. Let me talk about what Trevor said first about if you want to start, just start the channel. First of all, if you want to start the channel first, and then make sure you're passionate about what you're starting. Now, you don't want to be a football fan and then you do one video about cricket and then that video gets 2 million views and then you get like 1 million subscribers from that, and then those fans are expecting you to post cricket. So make sure you do just like focus on what you're passionate about. I know Black Hats on Tour does gaming too, but for me, I'd prefer if someone like does like one thing at first, because it becomes so hard to like focus on different things. As Trevor said, even myself, I'm also using my phone. So if you're trying to like do all those things, of course, you can't compare the likes of FTV. They have editors and also just start, focus on what you're doing right now. Passionate, like just do just start. Don't feel afraid. Like I never went live for like 8 months or something. I just started like this month, so it's fun doing this. And what Black Cats on Tour says about being consistent here. Don't post one video in January and another one in May and then
Yeah.
another one in December and hope for like subscribers like on Talk Den channel or something. It doesn't work like that. You need to be consistent. And also what Trevor said, there are very many channels that can help you out. I'm actually part of 2 of them. Let me just give them a shout out. You can go check Think Media and Video Influencers. That just you can learn everything you need to, what cameras you can buy, all those stuff. So that would be advice. That is a long enough answer. Cookie says if we confirm and extend Oba and get that other player who plays for Leon. How do you say his name?
Leah, who player? The
That Hassam who? That name I still can't say.
Is it Ayo?
Hasim Awar.
Okay, no.
I don't know.
I'm not going to bother
Awar.
mentioning that name too
Awar.
until those
I
guys
don't
join
care.
Arsenal. So
Hasim Awar.
would you be a good signing for us?
Definitely. I think he's
Definitely.
a slightly better option to Coutinho. They have the same qualities, but due to his age, and he probably cost us less when it comes to wage bill. This really starting.
No problem. You can always like mute if in case you want to do anything else. Let me ask you, Weezy, which teams do you think will get relegated from the Premier League next season?
Me?
Yeah.
Go ahead, you can start, mate. You can start first. Go on.
Aston Villa. I think Fulham will go straight back down, and also who else got promoted?
West Brom, Leeds.
Yes, West Brom, Fulham, and Aston Villa would go back down for me.
Yeah.
How about you?
I reckon exact same order: West Brom, Fulham, Aston Villa. So
Now
yeah.
I'd say Fulham too. I think Brighton will go this time round. They'll not escape another relegation fight again. And maybe probably West Brom again. I don't think the league has changed. This is not the Tony Pulis era where they used to get like set pieces alone. Things have changed. Things have really changed. So now we have the likes of Bernardo Silva and Traore in the Premier League. I think it will be too much for them. AM says without injection of money, we will not be making any upward moves. I think we'll agree with that. Again, let me ask you, since he's a neutral, who was the best player in the Premier League last season for you?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Abba's got to be up there. He's definitely got to be up there. Aubameyang. Jimmy Vardy was pretty good. Definitely pretty good. I don't know. Premier League's really tough. I reckon what you call him, Greenwood, was really good as well. So I think they were really solid. So I reckon they were pretty good. So yeah.
How about you, Tev? Which 3 would you mention?
Top 3. What was the question?
Best players last season.
Best players. De Bruyne, Trent, Vardy, Dean Henderson.
Yeah.
He was really good. For Wolves, I thought Neves had a fantastic season.
True.
Jack Grealish, although he actually helped out Aston Villa a whole lot. I think without him, they would probably have gotten regulated.
Yeah, so Black Cats on Tour, we were having a debate about Leno and Martinez. Who, if Sunderland faced Arsenal in the Carabao Cup this season, who didn't you want to see in goal?
What was the question?
If Sunderland played Arsenal this season, which goalkeeper wouldn't you want to see in the Arsenal goal? Who would you be more afraid of, Martinez or Leno?
Oh, bro. That's a tough one, you know. I don't know. I reckon Leno. He seems like a big guy.
Mhm.
He seems like he could put like strikers off or something.
Leno?
Yeah, Leno. I reckon he'd be pretty good against Sunderland. I reckon we get battered, but I reckon it'd be a good game, you know. But
Yeah, true.
yeah,
It will be a good game.
yeah.
And what do you think about Newcastle these days? Do you think they're going to do well this season?
I can't say too much, but
Mhm.
I think they'll probably finish 14th to 10th position. Probably round
So
about there.
a good
They'll
season
have a
for
decent
them then.
season. I reckon if they had got the takeover, I reckon they were going to be finishing like 10 to 6th or like 10 to 1st
Mhm.
or something like that if the takeover went
Mhm.
through. But I
Mhm.
reckon if they bring in some decent signings, they've got Jeff Hendrick. He's already in. They're on about getting Wilson. Maybe he could be a good decent signing. And I don't know who the other one is, but they're on about signing someone else. But it could be looking like a decent season for them. I just hope it's a decent season for us as well. Because there's a rumour about the Conference League or something like that. It's going to be like League One. It's going to be a league where you can just play in it. It's like Northern and Southern Division, where you just play in it every single year and you can never get out. So if that does happen, this season is the time to get promoted, so that we can get promoted. So that's what we need to do. We need to get promoted this season.
Yeah. Tev, apart from Arsenal, which other team in the Premier League do you think have to buy this season? If not, they're going to be in trouble.
Oh, you're talking about big teams or every team in general?
Every team. You can even mention
Every,
Fulham. Any team.
um, I think Tottenham will be in trouble. They have had
Mhm.
players like Kane for a lot of years, and they're seeing players who left and earning more money and winning trophies. So I think if they don't spend some money, some players will just
Mhm.
get offers from elsewhere and leave. United as well.
Yeah.
If they don't buy, I think Oli will eventually get sacked, and they will probably have a season like we had last year, which would be very delightful and delicious to see.
Absolutely. I was going to add that. I would like to see that. Cookie says I think Norwich, Nottingham Forest, and Cardiff will go up. Cardiff, Black Cats on tour, Cardiff.
Nah. I don't think so.
You're not.
Nah.
How about Norwich?
No. I
You
reckon
think? Yeah,
Norwich are on a Premier League team. No, I don't think so. I mean, they have one
they're
decent signing. They've got two decent
yeah,
players. They've got like two decent
but
players. They've got what you call Pookie, him,
Yeah,
and then they've I don't know if that Max Aaron's just left, but he'll be going end of the season.
you know that guy
the
from
thing is,
Norwich. That the guy from Norwich, he plays in midfield. That
Cantwell,
no, not Cantwell. The
no
other
Cantwell,
one.
Buendia.
Yes, I'm surprised that
Mhm.
no one has bought him as yet. He's a top baller, you know.
You're supposed to ask yourself questions when these players are never bought. Why is Ozil not being linked with any team? Why is Mustafi not being linked with any team? Why are
No
people
one wants
not
to
going
buy
for
them.
Buendia?
They're old, bro. Ozil's old news, man.
Mhm.
Like he's not the prime anymore. You see all these players, they're not as good as they used to be. Ozil used to be a proper baller, bro. Like used to be
Proper.
scoring goals. Like he's took a step down now. He's not as good as he used to be, bro. He used to be so good. Now he's just like, I reckon Germany's wrecked him internationally. They've wrecked him.
Mhm.
I think he said
Yeah.
that he was on about like Turkey or something like that. There was something like Turkey.
Mhm.
And he said that he prefers Turkey as his home or something like that. And then he was just getting loads of stick from everyone. And then that's like
Yeah.
when everything went downhill for him. He's not been selected for Arsenal. I reckon he should move to some club in Germany, maybe like Schalke, Frankfurt, or something like that. Start playing there. You often see like all these players that are top level end up going to their boy home, their boy club. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
I can see a lot of people asking about Gabriel. Ibrahim, when is the Gabriel signing? Mateo, I think Gabriel will be announced tomorrow. I think Tev also agrees. Maybe tomorrow will be announced. Arsenal takes such a long while to announce it. So probably tomorrow.
So
Thanks, Jacob. Thanks, Zane. Zane says, "Oh, I'm not going to say that name. I don't know how to say that name, but I really hope we sign him." He says OR, something like that.
no, it's Awar.
Awa.
I'm not going to bother. I'm not going to bother. I'm never going to bother that name.
The
Not
French
at all.
Leon player. That's what we have to call him, the French
Yes.
Leon player.
Yes, yeah.
That's his name.
Yeah, that one. Cookie says Palace. Oh wow, Palace will go down this time.
That's a big prediction, you know. Palace. I mean, they're such a lucky club, you know. They've got one decent player, but they're such a lucky club. Like, it's Burnley as well. I swear, Burnley are so lucky, bro. They've got like some three, maybe two, maybe one decent players, but yeah, they always finish in like lower down. So I don't know.
He also adds Southampton. Southampton, I don't think so.
No.
Southampton are too good.
Yes, they have a few good quality players.
Southampton, I mean, like they have a few decent players. Højbjerg went. Højbjerg definitely. I think Højbjerg was a key player for them, definitely. Danny Ings, he might go. I don't know where he'll go, but he might go. He might go back to Liverpool. There's a rumor about that, but I just reckon Southampton will probably finish 18th, maybe 18th to 14th, 15th, maybe, probably lower down in the table. So I don't know. It's going to be a great season now.
Yeah, which team do you fear most, Southampton or Palace, Steve? Away from home.
Playing Sunderland, like who would I fear more? Playing Sunderland.
Which one would you be afraid of?
I mean, we've played Southampton before in the past, and that was one of our worst losses against them. But they had like quality players like Van Dijk and Sadio Mane. But we got beat 8-0, so I wouldn't fear them now. The team that I'd fear probably now would probably be Crystal Palace. Obviously with Wilfred Zaha, he's just banging the goals in. Do you know what I'm saying? But I just reckon if it was like in the past, I reckon it'd probably definitely be Southampton. So
you reminded me of that 8-0. Was that the day that you scored such an incredible own goal?
Yeah, it was. Thanks for bringing that up, bro.
Arsenal Alex says Aubameyang, De Bruyne, Mane, and Henderson. Henderson, Tev, do you think would you take Henderson at Arsenal?
No, massively overrated. He was in contention for Player of the Season. What? That was. I think him being captain, they just wanted to give him that. He wasn't even the best player at Liverpool, in my opinion. Van Dijk, Trent, Mane were better last season. So I think due to him being captain, that is why they made him contention for Player of the Season. But Player of the Season, no.
Yeah, interestingly, he was a former Sunderland player. Did you like him at Sunderland?
Yeah, I think he was a decent kind of player. I didn't expect him to be that good, to be honest. But I think when he finishes playing for Liverpool, I reckon he could come and help Sunderland out. Do you know what I mean? Because in all fairness, we did kind of give him the kind of potential and what he can be. And I just reckon that he kind of does owe us something. Do you know what I mean? But it's all up to him, to be honest. But I don't see it happening. But if it's possible, I definitely think he should come over and try and give us a helping hand or something. So yeah.
Yeah, Cookie says Ings will leave Southampton. Is an Englishman. He wants a chance at a big club. Maybe Sheffield, or there's a link of him to Wolves if Jimenez leaves. Southampton will lose key players. Let me know, Black Cats on tour. Would you take, if you had to choose between Ings and Zaha to join Sunderland right now, which one would you pick, Ings or Zaha?
Who's older? Is Zaha older or is Ings older?
Ings, I reckon.
Ings.
Yeah.
I reckon I'd take Zaha only because I reckon if he's playing at League One level, I reckon he'd get us promoted anyway. But I just think Zaha has got more pace. He knows how to beat a defence. Do you know what I mean? Like Ings knows how to beat a defence, but he got rejected from Liverpool.
Yeah.
And that if you're getting rejected from big top clubs, that's not good. I mean, Zaha's played for Man U, and he's played for like.
That was due to him being injury prone.
Yeah, exactly. Zaha is very injury prone. But I reckon Ings is very injury prone as well.
Yeah.
Because he's been out for like a bit of the season. So I reckon I'd take Zaha. He's much more quicker. He knows how to score goals. So yeah.
Yeah. And how about Jimenez? Would you take him?
Definitely, yeah.
And Tev, Ings or Jimenez to Arsenal?
Jimenez.
Okay, one question for you guys. Go ahead.
I'm saying he's less injury prone. I think Jimenez is about 28, but I think due to him being less injury prone and offers more in technical ability, he will offer more than Ings.
Yeah. One more question. Let me start with you, Tev. Which position will Arsenal finish next season?
Fourth.
Black Cats on tour. Which position will Sunderland finish next season?
Second or third.
So promotion?
Hopefully. I want to get second. It's not going to be an easy game for the first start of the season. It's definitely not going to be an easy game. It's not going to be a walk in the park. But it's not going to be the hardest game that we've got to play. Because...
Yeah. How about Arsenal? Which position do you think we will finish next season?
I'm hoping they'll finish top 4. And I think they will. So I'm probably going to go for a 3rd or a 4th.
I hope we play Sunderland next season. It will be interesting to get you on a preview. So thank you for coming on. Shout out your channel, Black Cats on Tour.
Black Cats on Tour, football reactions, transfer rumours, etc. So just getting closer to 200 on 194, I think. So it'll be muchly massive appreciation from me if you guys do get me to 200. So yeah, thanks for having me on, Glenn.
No problem. Do any of you play Fantasy Premier League, Tev?
Yes, I play Fantasy Premier League, but I'm not joining until a week before the Premier League starts. I pick my team.
No problem.
Late.
The link will be in the description. You'll join the Everything Arsenal. Black Cats on Tour, do you play?
I'm not. I don't play, but I'm definitely planning on playing. So I'll definitely try and join, Glenn. So yeah, I'll create a team for you, and then I'll try and just compete with you guys if you want.
No problem. And Tev, shout out your channel.
It's Life Gunner Tev. I upload every day, everything Arsenal, rumors, memes, mostly memes. Yeah, that's it.
That's interesting. Thank you everyone for watching. Cookie, Zoom, RK, Arsenal Alex, Zane, Smith, Jacob, Martin, Ibrahim, AM, Lewis, Ibo. Sorry if I didn't mention a name, and of course to Black Cats on 20. Thanks for coming on. We'll do more of these streams from next week. Predictions, Premier League predictions, Championship predictions. I'll get these guys on again. Thank you for coming on. You've been watching Everything Arsenal, and I will talk to you guys later.